Alright, so this is a public service announcement for roleplays on Facebook. I'm going to be explaining how to roleplay on Facebook without breaking terms of service, and how you can get around your little, if you have privacy concerns, stuff like that, and things you can do in, like, I'm going to basically debunk all of your excuses that you may have for doing this. So right off the bat, I want to explain to people that Facebook is not a God-given right. Facebook is a privilege, and you are not entitled to use Facebook. If you don't like how Facebook is run, make your own site or use another site. If you don't know how to, then please shut the fuck up and use Facebook for its intended purpose and follow this video, basically. Another thing is, stop trying to be rebels. A lot of people I know, they're not trying to be malicious in a way. Like, some people don't understand why Facebook doesn't like role players in their sites. But the fact that people are like, Facebook won't let me roleplay on their site, I want to make another Facebook. Because fuck Facebook, stick it to the man, how dare they tell me what I can do on their site? What I can or can't do on their site. How dare they dictate that? They're being dictators. It's not your site. That is like if you made a site for just role-playing, and people were making real-life accounts, and you specifically said you don't want any real-life accounts. You might be thinking, well, that's not like me, I don't care who's on my site. Pretend you did. Pretend you only wanted role-playing on that site. You wanted no real life accounts, and people kept making real life accounts literally just to stick it to the man, just to tell you, how dare you tell them what they can or cannot do on your site. That's basically what you sound like when you're using Facebook for its unintended purpose, and then constantly trying to argue against it. If you lose your account, you have no right to bitch about it, because you knew you were using Facebook for what it wasn't intended for. Don't bitch about it. Use something else. Or I cannot stress this enough. And I can spend hours just talking about this. But I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to terms of services. And I'm basically going to explain what, the rights are. No, actually, no, just community standards. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to explain what the community standards are. Okay, so in a nutshell, Facebook works with law enforcement when they believe that there's a risk of safety. So basically, don't threaten people on the site. Don't threaten to injure yourself. And if you feel like you're going to hurt yourself, I'm pretty sure Facebook does offer help, not to hurt yourself, but like, they offer help to like medical services and shit like that. Don't post things about dangerous organizations. Like, don't be like, hey guys, I'm in ISIS right now. Don't be a bully. Do not attack public figures. No criminal activity. No sexual violence or exploitation. No regulated goods like guns, drugs, or anything like that. No nudity, no hate speech, no violence or graphic content. You must be a real account. No fraud accounts and no spam accounts. Basically, I don't really know why exactly Facebook only wants real accounts, but that's what they want. They only want real accounts on their site, and you making roleplay accounts like, oh, Twilight Sparkle and like Pikachu and like fucking Judy Hopps and Carl Grimes, those are technically against their terms of service. And if you make more than one account, they will disable your accounts, and you're only allowed one account. If your account is disabled, you are not allowed to make a new one without their permission. It's a huge process, but you know what? It's a bit much, but that's how Facebook wants to do things. It's their site, it's Mark's site. He can do what he wants. He can do what he feels like he needs to do, and because it's such a large corporation or social media platform, it makes sense that there are all these rules and stuff like that, because you don't really know what's going to happen on the site. You don't really want to be liable for anything going wrong on the site, somebody pretending to be somebody else. It's this huge, complicated process that I don't even understand. And I'm sure you guys don't understand either. But the very simple way you guys can roleplay on Facebook still is if you use Facebook pages. And I know some of you guys are like, ew, why would I ever use pages? I think I'll just make accounts. Then good luck getting constantly reported every single fucking day. But I really think you should start using pages, because if you start using pages while people start using pages, Facebook can shut the fuck up, and maybe we can get them to like maybe see outside the story and do what Twitter's doing where they allow parody accounts. But I doubt that will happen. But until then, use pages, because you can have as many pages as you want. I used to do this back then, and it was very easy. It's not that hard. As long as you get used to the layout of pages and stuff like that, It's very smooth. It's not as smooth as what you're used to with like Facebook accounts and stuff like that, but it's still pretty. It's easy. It's much easier than getting reported constantly. You can like I think a total of 5,000 pages. I think it's a total of like 5,000 pages in friends you can have. So it's like if you have 2,000 friends, you can have like 3,000 pages and shit like that. Stuff like that. But you don't have to worry about accounts being disabled, because the main thing about like I hate about Facebook right now is because if an account gets disabled and you're friends with the account, it still counts as a friend. So let's say if by some weird reason you have 5,000 friends, let's say like 4,000 of them are fake, not just fake, they're disabled. You can't unfriend them. So now you can only have up to 1,000 friends, and you're still getting friends disabled. Eventually, if you keep going, you're gonna have an entire friends list of disabled accounts, and you can't have any more friends. I don't know how often that's happened, but it could happen technically, especially if you have an account that hasn't gotten reported and will never get reported if you're like lucky, I guess. Or if you have like a real life account and you're just adding role players and shit like that, it's gonna add up, and you're not gonna be able to have any more friends, and then you're gonna have to make a new account and have Facebook disable your account. It's this huge process. So in my opinion, I think pages are so much better. But somebody mentioned something to me about how, oh, what about roleplay groups? How am I gonna find role players and stuff like that? It's easy enough to find role players on Facebook. Literally, all you have to do is add like role player and like the description, or like let's say if you have like a pen name, you can put like I have like written by Liv, written by Liver, written by Citadel, or written by Citadel Sucks. You can add that, and you can add like, I don't know, like a name where it says like, oh, role player and shit like that, literate role player. There are a bunch of ways. Like how you find role players on accounts is the same way you can find role players on pages. And also, I'm pretty sure there's a way to search pages. So if you add it like fictional characters and stuff like that, like basically all of your roleplay accounts are going to have to go under the page category fictional characters. So that's another way you can find a bunch of role players. Now Facebook groups, and using role playing groups on Facebook, you can just, all those groups are like, no real life accounts should take that out. Obviously take that out, because everyone has to have a real life account. Or an account that's more, real, and not like, it's not like, there's no red flags basically in the accounts being fake. You can go into the group and be like, oh hey, this is my page, who wants to roleplay with me on this page? Where's your page? Fucking hit my page up, like my page, just fucking do this shit. I don't know, it's a bit weird, but I really think it would be much better for Facebook and role players on Facebook. Both. But now this is a little bit, this is like not a shout out, I guess, this is like a little diss for current role players on Facebook that need to get their heads out of their asses. The whole, stick it to the man bullshit. The whole being the rebel shit. Oh, be the rebel, fucking president, fucking Mark Zuckerberg, no. I noticed a lot of people that complain about getting nuked on their roleplay account tends to be somebody who has like the weirdest name ever. Like, it's a name that's it can't be realistic. They have all these weird symbols and characters in their names, like the cool symbols, like those cool symbol generator sites. Or like, let's say Carl Grimes, their name is like fucking the ringleader's son, with like these weird characters. Nobody has a name like that. That's a fucking giant red flag of, this is a fake account, please report me. Or like, let's say you make a fucking account for like the Kool-Aid Man. First of all, Kool-Aid Man is a giant red flag. Also, if you put like big red fat drink motherfucker, that's, nobody's gonna do that, but like, don't fucking do that. Or like, you guys are fucking asking for it. Move all that shit over to Facebook pages. Now it's gonna be weird, because you're gonna have like, actually no, it's not, because I'm pretty sure there's like 30 million fucking Roxas pages. Just move to pages. It's so much fucking, I'm gonna move to pages soon, but I don't want to be the only one on pages and everyone else is on like profiles, because then I can't actually interact with anyone. But it's safer. If someone nukes you for being, a fake account, a roleplay account, it's a lot harder to get you taken down, especially if you're technically using the pages for what it's supposed to be used for. I mean, that's a bit more complicated, but if your page gets taken down, I'm pretty sure you can just make a new page. Like, I forget exactly how Facebook pages works when it comes to role-playing, but I remember it's a lot easier than Facebook accounts. And that doesn't go against terms of service. But something that Facebook can do that I think you should really think about, and another reason why you should use Facebook pages, is because actually one of my friends had not his entire IP blocked, but like every account that was on the IP address was his other account, most of his accounts, he had like 1 million accounts, his accounts, his mother's account, his dad's account, his grandpa's account, his uncle's account, his aunt's account, and I think his cousin's account, like everyone who lived in that building basically who used their Wi-Fi, I think his sister's account too, their accounts all got disabled because one kid decided to make like 80 million Facebooks a week because it kept getting disabled. And they were seen as like spam accounts, or like it was just seen very fishy in the like IP address area. So they all had to go to this stupid fucking verification process and verifying that they were real, and all because this one kid had to make like 1 million fucking roleplay accounts, and he wasn't using pages, which is why you should use pages for roleplaying, but I guess he didn't know about this back then. So in my opinion, I think everyone should just move to Twitter, because Twitter allows you to make fake accounts as long as you say they're fake accounts, but like using pages requires you to have one account that is what do you call it, more realistic than a fucking roleplay account. An account that has your name and your date of birth, that's all it needs to have, and you're golden. But I know some people are paranoid about having a real life account because they're worried that the government's gonna fucking steal their Facebook and fucking shove a fucking dildo in their fucking nose hole, some shit like that. So like, here's how to use Facebook if you're paranoid as shit. Basically, what you have to do is, all you need to do on your account is use your real name, like a name that you can, have an idea of, and your date of birth. That's all you need. You need like some real information on your account, but that's all you need. You don't need your picture, you don't need where you work, you don't need your job, you don't need like all this shit. Just use it for your name and shit like that. Or if you don't really want to put your name, then use a name that's not going to get flagged as being fake, and if it gets flagged as being fake, then it's your fault for not using your real fucking name. But yeah, use your name, and just like, I don't know, add a whole bunch of security features so no one can find you, no one can add you, and all this shit. And it's really not that hard. Just literally look up how to use Facebook if you're paranoid as shit. If you're really paranoid. If you're really paranoid, use your real name, actually. You're gonna have to use your real name because you're gonna have to, basically. But you don't have to use a real picture of yourself. Don't add your work information if you're scared. Don't add your education information. Don't give your location. Use your birthday, though. Use your birthday. Don't attach your professional email address to your Facebook account. So make like a separate email address for the Facebook. And like shit like that. Like, you don't have to put all of your real information, but just all you need is your name and your date of birth. And if you get like ID checked, you can quickly verify, and you will not lose your Facebook page. Okay, moving on to pages again. I'm pretty sure there's a limit to how many pages you can like in a day. But it's the same thing with like adding accounts on your profile or shit like that, or an account. But I'm gonna repeat this as many times as I can in this video. Move to pages. Now I'll tell you how you can quickly make a page without having to like, oh, I don't really feel like, adding all the information onto a page. It sounds like a lot of work. I'll tell you how it's not a lot of work. But all those petitions about like role playing on Facebook, they're not gonna listen because it can't be done because there's too many people, and it can't be monitored, like who's real, who's being a bully, who's just role playing, who's trans and changed their name, who's in witness protection program, who's all this shit. A lot of shit that it's hard to monitor without like making it obvious. Like, Facebook doesn't want to like openly announce that, hey, this person is using a fake name because they're in witness protection. This person is trans. Like, there's just all these things that need to be considered. Also, they have to be politically correct. It's just weird, complicated thing that like, it's too big. The website is too big to monitor everything, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you don't really want to make a whole brand new Facebook page, there's a way you can convert your current profile into a Facebook page. And what happens is when you do that, you'll have a personal account and a page. They will transfer your profile picture and cover photo to the page. The name on your personal account will become the page name. You can change it. I'm pretty sure you can change your page's name. You can choose friends from your profile to automatically like your new page, but posts on your profile will not be carried over to your new page. And you can manage the page from your personal account. To do that, go to create this. I'll add the link in the description how to make a page and how to make a page from scratch, basically. So after you make the roleplay page, you can, if you have a real life account as well, if you have 2 accounts or more than 1 account, you can, what you can do is you can add your real life account as an admin on your roleplay page and deactivate your roleplay profile. And if you don't have a real life account, you only have 1 roleplay account, or you have like a bunch of roleplay accounts and no real life account, you can make a real life account or change one of your roleplay accounts into a real life account and then deactivate the rest and just, add them as an admin. Basically, whatever you have to do, you have to have a real life account, and it has to be one of your accounts. You have to make an account, you have to transfer one of the accounts, and you have to deactivate the fake ones, or you know what I'm saying. So you can monitor your fucking page with your shitty ass fucking account, basically. I hope I was fucking helpful. And I'm sorry I fucking swore a lot in this video, and I'm sorry that this video I kind of rambled on and shit like that. But anyway, in the description I will provide links to like create a page, to terms of service, and other bullshit like that. Shit that you actually need to hear. Okay, bye.